How's it going, everyone, and welcome to another Counterside video. Apologies for lack of a video last week. Talked about that on my community post. Just wanted to say sorry again, and sorry for a little bit of a late upload today. But spoiler alert, there is quite a few things that were talked about in the last big info dump that are going into effect this week. So without further ado, let's get into our patch notes for August 9th. Normal compensation, of course. Half anniversary, 150 free recruits. So if you don't know how this works, every day you'll get 10 free recruits up to 150. So it's just 150 free spins across 15 days. Chance to get something really nice, or nothing at all, you never know. But it's the entire general pool in this one. There is not a limited selection. So 15 free multis is 15 free multis. So hopefully you all get something really nice from that. Obviously, you know, you have to clear mainstream episode 1. Everybody should do that already. You can do that pretty quick. And like it says, like I just said, the employee pool is equivalent to that of the recruit on demand. Yeah, I can't speak. Forgive my lack of English skills. Special mileage shop will be open for the half anniversary. The task planet points. You get 20 special task planet points for one pool. So that's what, 200 for multis. You get 200 every day you get to do a 10 pool, which is pretty nice. You can spend it in the task planet point shop. I'm sure there will be well, if this is like a normal planet point shop, there'll probably be other ways to get points. If it's just for this, then this is just what you get. We'll have to wait and see because it doesn't really say here. Well, maybe it does, yeah. So it looks like this is just for the free multis. So these are some things you can get on top of free multis, which, you know, pretty nice. You got some fusion cores, 15 of them to be precise. So that's one limit break on an SSR. That is 25 set binaries, which we always take free set binaries. Got this right here, which its name is omitted, and I can't remember what it's called, but this is part of a new system we saw in our info dump, which is going into effect this week. So, as well as some tuning binaries, enhancement modules, APT cores, and some SSR gearboxes for Breacha and Inhibitor. So, a lot of fairly nice free things to get. Which, yeah, free stuff is free stuff. We love to see it. Top of free pools. So, we have the new Origin half anniversary missions. For 3 weeks, we'll get missions each week unlocked. They're pretty standard, basic stuff. Limit break things, use appraisals, use basic training data, do missions, expend Eternium. It's all pretty straightforward. I will warn you all, because if you're like me, not a big PvP player, try and do your daily, like, just 5-6 matches in strategy battle or something, because sometimes one of these missions will be do strategy battles or get gauntlet points, and well, it would really suck to not get the final reward there, because you just didn't do enough, and you didn't do them in, like, you ran out of time. Yeah, so just try to make sure you look and see what you need to do at the very least, so that way you know you're doing it. But it looks like a lot of Eternium, fusion cores, very nice things. There's some quartz, and of course the half anniversary awakened recruitment coupon, which should be a selector. Yep, from the pool you'll be able to select one from the pool of every awakened unit release so far, with the exception of Chifuyu. So that's every single one. Pick who you want, you get them. I have no idea what I'm using mine for, because I have everybody. So yeah, remember when I said I knew we were going to be getting this a couple weeks back, and I wasn't going to summon for Maria? I threw a multi at Maria and got Maria, so now I don't know what to do with this, so we'll find out when I get it, I guess. But for most people, this will be a really good thing, especially new players, get to pick up a new Awakened unit, which with some other things down below in this patch note, really good stuff for new players there. So the new Origin half anniversary punch-in, you get 2 of these items here, which have to do with the new system that I was talking about before, which is for the new alternative to rearming, which is just reworking a kit. Instead of just giving a kit a rework, they decided there's a whole system involved, because that's how you do things in the game. We got some Eternium, we got some enhancement modules, we got 20-step binaries, some quartz, some fusion cores, and this is a SSR selector from the entire Recruit on Demand pool, I believe. I don't think it says, so. Very nice. I'll have to go in-game and look to see exactly what the pool is for that, but should be an SSR selector for the entire Recruit on Demand pool, I think, so. But you get all this stuff just from logging into the game every day across 15 days. Very easy, very nice. And then this week will be Breacha in the raid event that's going on. This was briefly mentioned last week, and of course didn't do a video last week because of times being weird. But basically we're on a compact raid schedule, which normally raids go for anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, I think. I can't remember the exact amount of time they go. I want to say 4, where we'll swap between Breacha and Inhibitor. But now we're doing it every week right now for this, and you're getting points faster, a little bit faster, and it's a more compact list, and so you can get from beginning to end with fewer raids. So, and then the rewards are comparable to a full like 4 weeks. So, getting a lot of nice stuff. It's pretty good actually. Like having messed with it, it's actually I kind of like this more than I like our 4-week schedule in some regards. So, yeah, this is nice. So, make sure you're doing your raids. And then we got the Lucky Gap Gachapon, which is basically just a bunch of lobby decorations you can get from a gacha, but of course it uses quartz, so I don't recommend doing it if you're free to play. Even light spenders shouldn't really do this. I don't even touch this. So with the last one, we got a free tin pool on it, I believe, or a free summon on it, or whatever. So hopefully we'll get that again, and maybe you can pick up something that way. That's kind of cool. But again, these are all just little stickers and little things you can do to spruce up your lobby, which are cool, admittedly. I've seen some really fun things made with these, but not really worth the quartz unless you're just really overflowing with quartz, I guess. Then there's a new substream, which is wedding. So as you can expect, we do have some wedding skins coming in, I believe. But new event for our favorite Cafe Strega witches. So I'm excited to see some stuff from them. I love them. They're all great. But yeah, new substream, and this art is just great. So event challenge, Night of Redemption, gets your exclusive gear for the Nights of Redemption. So the 3 you see there, pretty much. But yeah, sorry, my thing's kind of like bouncing up and down. My scroll wheel seems to be a bit funky. So returning Awakened units. Every Awakened unit except Chifuyu is up for rerun. They didn't even list them all. They're just all here, except Chifuyu. So, yeah, if there's a certain Awakened unit you were waiting to summon for, now's the time, because they're here. Keep in mind what we do have coming in the future, of course. Refer to my big info dump video towards the beginning. It does show and talk about that a little bit. So, yeah. That's really nice. Again, for new players, a lot to go for. And then returning units on your regular banners. Harab, Gambler, Veronica. Jeez, my mouse wheel. Why does my mouse wheels always break? Clarith, and that's it. And then, of course, I've mentioned it a couple times, the Alternium Reactor system is being added. They have to be level 110, level 5 in all your skills to be able to do it. For Awakened units, you need 1 pure possibility, a lot of tuning cores, a lot of credits. The same, pretty much same for SSR and SR and below. Pure possibilities are the thing we got through check-in. So we're getting 2 from the check-in, and you can only get them through events. They're not farmable, so pick and choose what you use them for, I guess. And then tuning cores you create in the workshop. So if you look down here, see, you just trade in your cores for them. 3 of your regular cores, I believe, for 1 tuning core. So that is how you get those. Factor binder from supply operation covert ops 1 through 7. You get 3 of it. You can run it 3 times a day, and that's how you get your factor binders, which you need for exchanging the cores. So that's the free thing we got in the free summon point exchange thing. So worth getting to do that, because of course what this system does is basically gives you a way to rework a skill on a unit, a specific skill for each unit, or something about the unit's kit is being reworked specifically through this system. For instance, Awakened Hilde, while she is deployed on the field, all units deployed after her will receive a unremovable 8% barrier buff. So, wow, my phone is right there. I apologize for that. So yeah, that's really nice. It does give Hilde a lot more like reasons to use her. Like, besides, I mean, she's a good unit already, a good unit. So this just makes her a little bit better, and more of a reason to lead with her too. So it's a very nice buff. So, and then yeah, so that's how you get it, is using this new system. So it's cool, it's nice. So I do recommend doing that. And then of course for the Fenrir Division Elise Young, so young Elise Young, when she's deployed, you get a deployment resource back. For Fenrir Division Yubin, when opponents are struck by his special skill, they will be under a nullified barrier effect for 12 seconds. So very, very nice little buffs to units instead of just completely rearming them. So it's like, the buffs are nice, they're cool. I already ranted about this system, so I'm not going to here. So do note, for every 1 ban on an employee with the reactor, 1 level of its reactor level will be deduced. So if, for instance, Awakened Hilde is at reactor level 2, and she's at 1 ban on the gauntlet, she will only be at reactor level 1. So of course, the higher ban on a unit, the lower their reactor buff will, take into effect. So potentially just nullifying the point of even doing them when it comes to PvP. So I don't know that I could recommend doing this in the PvP standings. It does definitely seem more geared towards keeping units relevant to PvE, but I let the PvP, gurus decide all that. So workshop improvement. So the workshop has been updated. There is no longer like a crafting time on anything. The maximum limit of things that you can create has been increased to 999. Of course, unless it requires molds, then that remains at a maximum of 10. But there's no time. So you do 10, you claim them. You do 10, you claim them, etc. and so forth for those few items that do that. And then for the other things, you just make how many you want. So 1 thing to craft on, not 6 or anything like that. So. And then if you bought all those extra things like most people did, you will be getting refunded that quartz in your mail after the update. I don't think that says that here, but they said that before. So fusion cores there, like you see, and the relic molds. So yeah, yep. And then the used to purchase will be directly refunded to your quartz pool after the update. So if you want to take note of how much quartz you had before and then after, you'll see. The urgent crafting coupons will be automatically converted to credits based on the number you have, and they will no longer be available, obviously, because there's no longer time. The conversion rate of crafting coupons is 1 credit, or is 1 to 18,000 credits. So some of us will be getting a nice little chunk of credits. So that's pretty good. If there are ongoing crafting items in the workshop during the maintenance, the crafting will be canceled, and the items used for crafting will be refunded. So if you have anything crafted, you'll get it back, but just maybe don't craft anything today before you log out for maintenance. So let's see. Task force plan improvement. So they're improving the task force plan, which is those beginner missions to kind of get you going and direct you to where you want to go and what you want to do. It's basically they're bumping the rewards you get for the growth after completing the missions. I'm not going to read each and every single one of these, but just as an example, you're getting from 50,000 credits for the second mission on the beginner, 300,000 credits from very high appraisals to 30, I believe. It just says EA. and it does that for all of these, no matter what the item is. So I'm not sure, but there's a huge list here. If you want to go through it, I'll put the patch notes in the video description. So, but I don't know how this is gonna work for those of us that have already done all these. I'm assuming we just don't get it. But maybe we'll just have to go back and reclaim them all. I don't know. They don't really clarify that. But I wouldn't expect to get any of this. Here's the total increase of things you're getting. So that's nice. Okay, here you go. Yeah, CEOs who have already finished spending will not get additional rewards before completing it. There you go. It's right there. I just did not see it, so we don't get it. Oh well, it's not really for us, so we don't really need a lot of that anyways. So it's not really a big deal. It is for new players, and it is a nice thing for new players. The prestige system, which is, you know, your new fancy skin. This is just saying that they've added a thing for after you finish the main rewards, where you get a nice little loot box with some random nice things, I guess. So cool. And then, of course, the Counterside Battlefield Victory Celebration Recruitment. Basically, after you finish mainstream episode 5, Counterside 2, number 14, so you know you finish chapter 5, you'll have a chance to recruit Awakened Hilde for free. So it will, you know, it'll kind of direct you there. But you go to recruit, new user special recruit, Counterside, celebration, blah blah blah. You ensure recruitment, 1 free recruit. Boom. This is a permanent thing, I believe. So all new players coming into the game will just get Hilde Awakened, which is really nice. So yeah, super excited for people to, you know, get a copy of Hilde. Now the question is, do those of us that already have her, do we get a free dupe? Okay. I doubt it, but this is really nice for new players. I like that. Then of course the new co-op boss for your consortiums, Tyrant Gigas, will be live for the global server for the first time. This will have the balance adjustments from the Korean server already applied. And then, of course, here's all of the level and detailed information there. So, it's going to be fun. I expect the consortium ranks to fluctuate a little bit as all of us on Global get used to this new boss. Interested to see how it goes. And then, of course, this next bit is something that was talked about in the info dump as well. They're changing some options and the minimum and maximum mobility of certain like sub options on your Swift gear, and doing a little bit of the same thing to your trimming gear in general, the jungle and volcanic. So I'm not going to go through all of the changes. It is, of course, every type of gear, not just the weapon. It's the weapon, the armor, the accessories. And then it's not just SSR, it is your SR and your R and all of that. So they are a little bit more viable now. This is very nice to see the update to those. And again, same thing for the jungle and volcanic gear. So you're getting a little bit of change to that. So like you're getting some new set options, the like HP 2, cooldown 2, attack speed 2. And then some of the latent changes and things like that. So again, this is all here. Again, I'll leave the patch notes if you want to look. And this is SSR, SR, weapon, armor, all of that. It is all of it, so you don't have to worry about that. Now there is one fun thing here. So all of your old gear, from all your old Swift gear, old volcanic, and old jungle gear will be named Legacy. Swift, Legacy, Jungle, Legacy, Volcanic, whatever. The Legacy stuff will be updated like the table above. And then on the Legacy gear, changing latent options 1 can be reset tuning. So for everyone to have a chance to get the renewed Flame and Relic gears, or the Jungle and Volcanic gears, after the update, an on-time reward of the following will be sent to your in-game mailbox. Make sure you receive it before it expires. 500 of the jungle cores, 500 of the volcanic cores, and 150 high-tech boards. So some free jungle and volcanic gear to craft. You're crafting it, so it's random what you get from that, but free crafting it. Maybe for people who haven't been able to do those stages yet, it's just a nice thing to get. So that's pretty cool. Do like to see that, honestly. And then update to the tactical update system, and this is more a visual update. As you can see, when you max tactical update, they'll turn purple, just like when you max like 110 character, their stars go purple. So now this will go purple to show that it's been maxed. You can see it on their little card as well. Apologies for my phone again. I don't know why it's going off so much today. As well as there's a little icon change to show you the attack type of a unit. If you have the little crosshairs, the little thing in the top quadrant filled in means air, the bottom quadrant means ground, both means all around. And without the crosshairs, it's their movement type, so pretty much the same, air, ground. And then there's some other improvement and changes. The today's deal section in the shop, you can select things. So there's that. They have key bindings for it now, so if you're using your keyboard. On the world map, you can see your turn unit from the top. You can check your featured enemies and danger close raiding co-op. The location of the Gauntlet emotes has been adjusted. Some title calls have been added. Universal Gourmet Tam Tam can be created from the hangar. Delay in moving to the Season Vector tab is improved. The language option in each server will now remain as CEOs switch between servers, which is a really nice thing, by the way. Barrier gauge will now show on boss's HP gauge. Visual deployment, resource restoration, and deduction has been added, so you can kind of see what you're using and getting back a little better. This is a little nicer for that refund that the tactical update gives to units, because you'll see like how much you're actually getting, which isn't a whole lot. And the entry requirements for side stories has changed to clear episode 2 of the main story. And then there's some bug fixes. They fixed the skill tooltips and effects have been updated for a handful of units. Nothing particularly noteworthy. For like Rafaela, before it was in Watcher mode, the damage taken limit is permanently fixed to 4%, and she always faces to the right. Now it's, damage taken permanently fixed 4%, she always faces to the right and becomes immune to stun. Edith Twins is basically the same and also immune to stun. And just, let's see, Nicole is COs, and replacer units have units within her valid hits receive true damage by 15% of max HP. Afterwards, units within her valid hits receive true damage by 15% of max HP. That always hits. Now it hits everybody, so that's pretty nice. Kyle, where his strategy Bulwark would not be summoned correctly when his CDR is high, so that's being fixed. Let's see. For King Minwoo, she plants a bomb upon death. It's being added to her white phosphorus shell. Shi Young, a fix on her valid hit count. It's just the description, it seems. A fix on targets with no damage immunity activation. Coffin 6 replaced for King Grimmery. Not really sure what they're fixing there. So there's a fix where skill cool time would start when attacking enemy disappears and attacks were cancelled. Both Yunas, Yumina, Lulu, Lucrezia, Buzzard. Passive for Mason, deleted a description. Stun immunity when this effect was not implemented in the first place. So apparently he never had stun immunity, he just said he did. Passive for Adele, same thing essentially. And for Awaken Maria, there's a issue where units that were knocked back would use Maria's portal, and an issue where units could use her portal even after 2 seconds of deployment. So, okay. So just a lot of fixes and stuff, nothing super stand out there. A fix for the counterpass, not, correctly letting you claim stuff. Fix where disassembling gears would not proceed. The symbol would not proceed sporadically. Interesting. The gear filter is live and comes back after disassembling gears. May on the plaque exchange when there's nothing to receive. Okay. Yeah, it looks like there's nothing super noteworthy in these last couple fixes. But this one's funny at the bottom. A fix on an issue where some of the recommended gear on Elise Young is for mechs. I'm sorry, that's funny. But yeah, that's it for the patch notes. It's, you know, there's a lot here. As far as, like, you know, things to do this week, well, maybe not a lot of new content to do. We're just doing a lot of the same stuff. But there's a new substream, so that's really nice. Soundside Volume 3 apparently is now released, and you can purchase it on Steam, which is super nice. We do love the soundtrack to this game, so yes. Of course, you see 2 of our Awakening units we have coming in the very near future here. And then, of course, as if it was any surprise, we have the first batch of wedding skins for Maestra Nakishia, Harab, and Laura Beatrix coming this patch. Of course, we have the substream that kind of, you know, explained, or that had the wedding thing in its name, so it's kind of self-explanatory that we'd be getting those. But yeah, new skins. I know a couple people that'll be very happy about these, particularly this one. I know less number of people that'll be happy about. I love that she is like standing on us. That's hilarious. Okay. And then of course this one is just adorable. So. And then new furniture set, the Dazzling Wedding. So yeah, new furniture sets are nice. And then your typical daily special training packages, sports things. Yeah, nothing to stand out there. So that looks like everything for our patch notes this week. It's pretty loaded with some of those changes coming in, so let's all get re-familiarized with it. Shouldn't take us too long, and yeah, hope everybody's still enjoying the game. I am, of course, still enjoying it. I am sorry for the sporadic videos. A little out of my hands. Scheduling and stuff is just very difficult. A lot of stuff going on for me. And I'll be out of town at the end of the month, so there may not be a video first week of September, so hopefully we don't have too big of a patch notes that week, if so I apologize. So yeah, but thank you all for watching. Continue to enjoy Counterside, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.